Hello everybody, the Introverted Gadgeteer here, and welcome back to another video. For anyone that has watched my previous video showcasing the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, was initially dropped a little clue that we'd be looking at another sealed Samsung device in the next video, and this is it. What we have in front of us is the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8. I will be taking you through the unboxing, a quick look around the device, testing some gameplay and productivity usage. Although this was a pretty entry-level tablet back in 2021, I think it will be interesting to see how its performance holds up in late 2025, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Picking up the box, we have some pretty minimalist styling with a picture and branding of the tablet on the front. Over on the top, some not so inspiring white space, a very familiar logo on the side, and on the bottom edge, the tablet's information. Turning the box onto its back, there is Seal 1 and Seal 2, which I can only imagine are crying out to be cut. So, with our trusty knife, let's break those seals. Be sure to grab yourself a coffee or a snack and relax while we check out what comes included in the box. That completes the unboxing. Let's move on to the tablet, and just like the Tab S6 Lite, it's wrapped in a very satisfying feeling soft touch film. The colour name Samsung had chosen for this A8 is just grey, but I feel that doesn't do it justice as it's far more sleek and stylish than the name implies. Up front, we have a 10.5-inch screen with a resolution of 1920 by 1200. On the right side, a power button and volume rocker sitting just underneath. Moving to the bottom of the tablet, we have 2 of the 4 speakers, a USB charge port, and a pretty stealthy headphone jack on the corner. On the left is a microSD card slot, which also doubles as a SIM slot for some models. How exciting. The top contains our remaining 2 speakers. I must give props to Samsung for packing a quad speaker setup on a tablet that released at a £200 price point. And finally on the back, not only is there a field of fingerprints, but in the top left we have a single 8MP camera that can record in 1080p. It's time to try and switch the tablet on. Hitting the power button, we appear to have no signs of life. It's pretty expected this is the case, as it's been sealed tight in its box for 4 years. We'll go ahead and pop some power in the battery. One juiced up battery later, the tablet is now awake from its long beauty sleep. I've sped the footage up here as the first initial boot can take some time. I must make a disclaimer that while setting up this device, I was prompted to install not 1, not 2, but 6 separate updates. Putting aside the update hell, we are all set up and ready to take a look at the tablet's performance. Due to the limited RAM of 2GB and the storage at a measly 32GB, I was fairly limited with the types of games I could install. Off camera, I've gone ahead and set up a test folder, including 3 games of low, medium and high processing power requirements. We're going to be looking at some internet performance, YouTube playback, Cut the Rope, Sonic Forces Runner and Asphalt Legends. So let's kick things off with Cut the Rope. If you're liking the video so far, give that thumbs up and subscribe button a hit. Your support for the channel really goes a long way and helps me with creating new and exciting content. That music is enough to send anyone loopy. Let's speed into our next game, Sonic Forces Runner. Unfortunately, at the time of recording, the servers were down for Sonic Forces, so let's move on to the next game. As a substitute, we'll be looking at Sonic Dash, another very popular 3D runner style game for Android and iOS. As a massive Sonic fan myself, is there anyone watching that would love to see the original adventure games remade natively for the Android and iOS stores? Even better than that, a collection of the best 3D Sonic games brought over to console, similar to the style of Mario 3D All-Stars on the Nintendo Switch. Drop your thoughts down in the comments, I'd love to hear your opinion. On to our final game, we have Asphalt Legends. Again, I have sped up the footage as the tablet did attempt to try and battle me on several occasions while asking it to load the game. Just a point to mention that again, for the price point this started at, I'm very impressed with the display and sound quality this little tablet produces. But there is a pretty recognisable downside, and while it runs this game, the small amounts of memory and fairly weak graphics chip in the A8 are not doing it any favours. The game's performance is pretty choppy, and for someone that uses a high-end phone and iPad, I would deem this game unplayable from an enjoyment perspective, but your mileage may vary. And for our final tests, we have some internet browsing and YouTube playback. Hello everyone, this is the Introverted Agitator here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be on whether I think it's worth buying it from a local seller on Gumtree, and if you're not sure as it was, this tablet included Android 11 out of the box. We've come to the end of the video, and I'd just like to thank everybody who has made it to the end for watching. In my opinion, I think the Tab A8 is a great solid budget tablet for some internet browsing, like gaming and video playback, even in 2025. But do bear in mind, it has received its last supported Android update this year, and there will likely be better present year options for the same amount of money as a used A8. But as mentioned earlier in the video, if you've enjoyed what you've seen here, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.